talk about. We'll just keep talking. We'll just keep talking. Just keep talking. Talking. For so long. Oh, we're babbling on. We're babbling on.
Hi, listeners. Hi, world. Hi, everyone out there. I'm Hilton Dresden of Babbling On, a new podcast. I'm joined today by my dear friend who, I've said this twice already, but she is the reason this podcast is happening. She ordered the equipment. She's everything. She's a hugely successful comedian in the Brooklyn scene, traveling the nation. It's an honor to have her here, truly. I'm so excited, and this has been a long time coming. Please welcome my friend, Natalie Rotter-Laitman.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
I'm so happy to be here.
Oh my God. Stop.
It's a dream.
Hey,
We're doing it.
It's happening, and it couldn't be a better topic.
Right.
I'm so excited
Me too.
about the topic.
Really ready.
I have a lot to say. But first, the 8, who are you?
Oh, right. I forgot.
We have to do the 8 psychological survey.
Right. Okay.
Obviously, it's about Carrie, Miranda, Charlotte, Samantha, Jessa, Hannah, Shoshana, and Marnie. Do you want it for, in general or specifically right now?
Right now.
Okay. You want it for right now?
I think it should be right now.
Okay, yeah. Okay. That's tea.
Because, it's so contextual.
I agree. I also think context, is everything. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think in my family, I honestly feel like a Jessa. I feel like I'm
what?
the a wilder one or something.
Oh my God. I totally did not see it coming.
I know.
And yet now,
that's just
of course.
to show the power of context.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And then I would never, ever identify with her among my friends.
Really?
I just don't think that's
Who would you be among your friends?
I think I am a Shoshana.
You're a Shoshi?
But I think I grew up among Shoshana.
I understand perfectly. Jersey.
Westchester, but yes.
Oops. Got that wrong. I was thinking Jersey.
No, I get it. And it's really, really similar.
Because when I was watching Long Island Media, spoiler alert, we almost did a completely different topic.
I was wondering.
What I wrote down was this culture of a table, an outdoor table.
Oh my God.
And chairs. Do you know what I'm saying? And a sandwich from a deli, patio furniture. And I was thinking that was you, which I guess now I'm realizing Long Island is also not Jersey.
It's not Jersey.
But it's the same
It's not Westchester. But they're very similar.
Of course.
They're 3 sisters. Remember the 3, it's corn and beans and something were grown together. They were called the 3 sisters.
Actually, that never came across my desk.
Maybe not in Milwaukee.
Well, no, in Milwaukee, they were growing corn.
Excuse me.
And so, please.
So shut up.
Do what you want, but don't do that. But I didn't know about the Trinity. I used to walk through I walked through cornfields.
To go somewhere?
No, not on my way to school, just
to pass the time.
Yeah, my dad lived in the country. My mom lived in the city of Milwaukee. My dad lived in the country. And when we were out in the country, I remember kind of just wandering away and walking through cornfields type thing. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, I believe you. Were they tall? They're so tall?
Depends.
It depends on when in the season.
Right.
Of course. Of course it does. Were you guys all hanging there?
No, I was alone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Thinking?
Yeah.
Dreaming?
Yeah. Dreaming of a better tomorrow.
Correct.
Anyway, I would say just for the 8 today, I'm feeling a bit Charlotte.
Cool.
Yeah.
How so?
Like in the sense that I'm just kind of ready to like settle down. I feel like I'm ready to settle down today and just like have a house
It's amazing.
and a husband.
It's kind of cool when what you're in the mood for is what is going to happen.
You think so? A husband is coming for me.
Or specifically like a home.
A house, right?
Yeah.
Since I'm moving.
But they go.
One comes.
They go.
They
They
go.
go.
They go. They go. And they go. Okay, so meat and potatoes time.
Yeah.
Natalie, what are you babbling on about?
Legally Blonde. So, well, can we tell the journey?
Yeah, please.
To it?
Yeah.
Basically, first, I said to Hilton that I wanted to do my topic to be psychics.
Psychics on TV.
On
I
TV.
believe it was. Yeah.
And I wanted to do like the psychics like on Housewives. But then I was like, no, I want to do Long Island Medium and Tyler Henry.
Yeah.
Henry Tyler.
The twink. Who
Hollywood
will come
Medium.
up today.
Okay. And so I like made that decision, then like sent Hilton off, and we like went our separate ways. Though seeing each other all the time.
We see each other a lot. But we were on separate paths.
Right, in
for a
terms of
bit.
the work.
Yeah.
Ow.
Oh, are you okay?
Just a twitch
Sure. In your neck?
in the neck, yeah.
Okay. That happens.
Getting older.
Like, sorry, but it does happen.
No. I don't think I'm unique in that way.
Okay.
So then as the record date was coming closer, I was starting to feel something wrong,
Yeah.
which was that I was realizing I have legit nothing to say about my topic.
You know what? I was privately sitting in the background like, that's what she chose. Like, get on board, Bester. But I was like, what are we going to say about that?
It's like the whole thing is like, what are you babbling on about? Like, what can you not stop talking about? And I'm like, I can't even start talking about this. Like, I just don't have anything to say.
No, because the notes I wrote down were the patio furniture thing.
Right.
And how she said her name was Caputo. Her pronunciation.
Teresa Caputo.
And then with Tyler Henry, I just wrote down, like, he's such a good person.
I
And that
really
was
loved
all I
him.
could come up with. Yeah.
He's great. I think, honestly, I'm really happy we moved on. Right. So then I came clean.
You got
and
clean.
you welcomed me.
Yes, although I did kind of shut down several of your suggestions because I just simply
Sure.
didn't know.
Of course.
I didn't know that stuff.
Right. What was it?
What was it? Oh,
Grey's.
Oh yeah, Grey's. I never watched.
Yeah. And
Do you think I should?
yeah, I mean when you're ready.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. It'll be
I've
there
got
for
the
you. But honestly, I don't know if you need to go down that hole.
I have to be really careful these days with holes because it's just like I
Are
could
you in
lose
a hole
myself.
right now of watching?
No, I'm like in this weird thing of like abstinence from like I'm trying to
Really?
like get myself into a better tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Which is like so hell. Like I'm vomiting. Even like I hate the idea of like, what's your 5-year plan? Like that always has made me sick, and I don't have one of those. But I've hit 30, and I'm like, I want to make some changes. Mm-hmm. And so I'm trying to like focus on that.
That's beautiful. So you're not like going into like a watching hole. You're like,
I'm not going to a watching hole. I'm like, yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm like reading. I mean, fuck me.
No,
but
say it,
I'm
say
reading Anna Karenina.
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I do.
Are you in a hole right now?
Yeah, I'm in a couple holes.
Which
Yeah.
one?
But it's something I really, really like to do.
So do I. Like, to be clear.
No, of course.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there'll be a time where I'm not. It's not time to be in a hole.
You're right.
And I do think I have like a legit like problem with TV. Like
Right.
in that like I've tried to like quit a couple times.
See, I mean, this is what, yeah, like I'm trying to quit like the apps and all that and TV.
I think
What
that's beautiful.
holes are you in?
I'm in Transparent.
Oh, cool.
I never watched it.
Oh, that's literary though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
watched.
agree. It's
I mean, that
literary.
counts as books. Yeah.
I'm finding it like totally
It's really
moving.
good.
I'm loving it.
I'm thinking I might do that. Like be like 60 and transition.
Totally.
So I keep thinking about that show actually, because I'm like, that might be
A path. Maybe that could be good for you.
the Jeffrey Tambor path.
Right. And I know that he's kind of like a monster, by the way.
Yeah.
As I watch, I know.
Unfortunately, but
The show is amazing.
Judith Light.
Yes. She's amazing.
Everything.
And Catherine Hahn.
Yeah, she's every last.
And then I'm also watching BoJack Horseman.
Oh, I love BoJack.
Do you?
Yeah.
I like it so
I like
much.
it a lot.
It's
I
like,
do.
it's cool. It's like, I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. I think it's
Cool.
funny, smart.
Yeah.
I like when it references things.
Totally. It's pretty surprising.
Yeah.
If you hang on and keep
it's
watching.
really like leans into like depression in this way that I'm like,
Totally.
I like when things are dark. Like
it
that's
kind of
the
like
truth.
goes there.
Yeah.
Hate to say it.
Complete.
Go for it.
Legally Blonde. Like
Yeah, Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde, Elle Woods. Oh my god. Like
It is literally like rewatching it. Like it's the best movie
ever.
I've ever seen.
I would make it top 3 easy for sure, I think, for me. Of all time.
100%.
Yeah.
It's interesting that it hit so hard as a kid.
Yeah.
Like I was 9, I think, when it came out or something.
Yeah, it came out in 2001. So I would have been
2001?
8.
I was 7.
You're younger than me? What year were you?
Class of 2016.
Same, okay.
Okay, so
All good.
no problem.
All good.
94.
Oh my god. 93 was me.
KK.
Aging.
Right. And we'll get into that.
We'll get to that because that comes up. But legal, which I like to call it legal seafood now and then.
Yeah. No, but legal. I was just gonna say it was so amazing when we were kids. Like it hit so hard.
Yeah.
Everything felt like so correct
Yes.
for our age. And now
It
hits so hard.
It's almost even better every
For
time you watch
sure.
it.
And it's not like it hits hard in a nostalgic way.
No.
Though it does, but like
But you pick up on things that you missed as a kid. Like
totally.
that aren't inappropriate, but just like you get as an adult.
Yeah.
I mean, the screenplay is brilliant.
It's brilliant. And it's like not a rom-com basically at all. Like
No.
it has these guys in it, but like that's not what
not what it's
feels like
about.
good in the end.
Which is interesting. Well, because at the end, there's like the final thing is like Emmett is proposing to
Right.
Al tonight, which I think some people are like, why'd you end it like that? But I like it. I
Yeah,
think it's
why
happy.
not?
And you know, in the original draft, I was reading about it before this. They ended it. There was no court case.
What?
There was no court case at all. And in the end, she like gets with her professor, and that's just like the ending.
She gets with Callahan?
I guess that's what it said on
she gets
Wikipedia, which I think Wikipedia is fully legit. Right? You agree with me. I know you do.
Surely.
Like-
Surely you do.
I read Wikipedia. Oh, and no Paulette either.
Oh
in the original
God,
draft.
wow. Doesn't that just speak to the process of editing
Yeah.
and writing?
Writing.
Rewriting. Writing is rewriting.
But I mean, like, maybe the script is a good place to start because it's like, it's almost formulaic in the sense that, like, girl loses guy, girl decides to go to Harvard to get guy back. And you kind of, like, in that way, almost know what's coming. Not that it's still surprising, but, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is in movies when things say, like, chapter 1 or chapter or part 1 or part 2 and you like suddenly are set up to know what's coming, I always hate that.
Yeah.
I'm always like, I don't want to like know what's coming, but and in this you don't know what's coming, but like it's just very like tight.
It is. It's like, and it moves really fast. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's like the third scene, she's already like decided to go to law school.
Yeah, which
They don't
that is
expend
one
a
of
lot
the
of time.
greatest
Totally.
moments when she's like, when the old lady is like
Yeah, she says something mean about.
practically deformed.
So wait, tell the listeners the scene.
Okay, so we should just start from the beginning.
Okay,
of the
yeah,
movie,
let's start from the
but
beginning.
Yeah, but that scene is like Elle sees a Vanderbilt in a magazine at a manicure salon, and she's like, "Oh, I know how to win back Warner." And this old lady next to her is like, "What?" She's like, "I need to be like this Vanderbilt girl who's at Harvard," and the old lady's like, "Practically to 4."
And she's like, "No, silly, a law student."
Right.
Reese brings the house down. Like, she really, really, really freaks it.
She gets it.
Yeah.
She always has. And
I love how they do her hair in the movie. It's so voluminous.
I read somewhere she had like 45 hairstyles or something
In the movie?
in the movie.
Oh my God.
And at the end,
Choking up.
and at the end, she's wearing a wig because
Oh.
she had to cut her hair for her next role.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet Home Alabama, maybe.
Pardon me?
Maybe.
Pardon me?
Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh, Sweet Home Alabama.
She has short hair in that.
It might be that. It might
Could
have been
be.
that. Could be.
Okay, back to the beginning.
Okay, so the beginning.
Sun's up.
It's a little
Best
after
opening scene
12.
ever.
Oh my God.
All the girls in their separate rooms, like the workout room.
Oh my God.
I actually don't
just
remember the other
fabulous.
rooms. They're passing around. They're all signing a glittery card to her for her good luck on her engagement. And by the way, she's a senior in college.
Yeah.
And she's getting engaged, allegedly.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
isn't
that's
that kind
interesting.
That's kind of normal for straight people, or no? No, even
Not
for
in
straights,
my world.
that's like too
yeah, I
young.
think.
Yeah.
Well, but it's like, it's also like kind of random and cultural.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Wait, I just completely lost the plot for a second.
like I feel like in my, like I was in a sorority, by the way.
What?
Like Elle. Like a lot like Elle.
You were? Mm-hmm. Was it like that?
No. But
It was
kinda.
More lesbian?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
It was a lot of lesbians.
Were you out in college?
No, and neither were they.
Okay,
But
right.
then later.
Sure.
Later they did.
Shit, later, later.
But later gator. But what? Oh, but I feel like the normal thing was like to get married. I just like kind of always makes me laugh how like I feel like it's super normal in like among the like straight people I know to get like engaged at like 27, let's say.
Yeah.
And if someone does that at like 24, they're like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's so funny. It's so random. Like you just move the goalpost like a little bit, but
Right,
one's
like
not
it's
like
not that different.
totally.
Right,
Like,
okay, I
or
get
like
you.
getting pregnant at like 28 is normal.
As
26 is crazy.
Right, it's like literally that's basically
It's
the
like 18 months,
exact
you know,
thing.
like, there's
and
kind of,
who
like-
can really, my one thing is like who really knows if all the days are the same length? Does that make any sense?
Like with the sun.
Yeah.
But isn't it? Yeah, it's just like up to the sun.
I'm like, but like, don't you think there's probably some inconsistencies?
Right.
Whatever.
No.
I don't know.
Girl, I think they like really know.
Oh, really?
I do.
So you think it's like they got it? I guess, yeah.
Well, they have that leap day.
See, that is what I'm talking
No,
about.
I know.
What do you mean?
The
Like,
leap day does like show a little bit of
like you're showing your cards
A
being like,
little
this
bit,
isn't
yeah.
an exact science.
it's kind of like that's where they put like the ends.
Right. It's like,
The little, like-
like the residue.
Totally. They're
like,
like,
wait a
this
sec.
didn't actually fit
Like,
as
you-
well as we thought it would.
Like literally you cannot do that. So you can't just add an extra day. What are you talking about?
It does really make the whole thing fall apart. You're like, I thought by making days
Things
we
fall
were
apart.
naming what was naturally happening. But then leap day makes you think, oh, we made something hoping it would line up.
There we go. So now we said it.
Okay.
Meanwhile, there's a girl with great tits biking down a street.
Right.
And she looks hot and everyone is ogling her.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And imagine if you were her.
Uh-huh.
Like, I want to be her.
One time I was biking in New York wearing a sweatshirt and I went over a bump and my
Your
boobs went
boobs.
up and down, but I was wearing a big sweatshirt.
Okay.
And someone on the street, this is like one of the only times I've been catcalled,
Holy shit.
said, huge tits. And I was like, cool.
Well, yes. Who was it?
I don't know.
You didn't
A guy.
Yeah. That was only one of few times you've been catcalled?
Yeah, I don't really get catcalled that much.
I thought girls are like constantly
I
getting
know
catcalled.
they are, and I literally my heart goes out to them.
Yeah.
But I think it's like
What is that?
I don't know.
Because you're a lovely woman.
Thank you so much.
Not that if you weren't, you wouldn't deserve to be catcalled.
No, totally. I know. It's like we're not supposed to assign meaning to it at all.
Right.
Or like wish for it.
Although low key, I would give anything to be catcalled.
It doesn't happen to you?
I get weird looks. I get a lot of weird looks.
Well, that's the first step.
Is that right? And then that kind of evolves.
And then I think they're ready to vocalize.
But you know what? I also, when I walk down the street, I get
weird
really
looks.
solemn and like stern in the face because I'm like, I turn on blinders and kind of just like stomp through the city to avoid, even though I actually want it. So
No, totally. It's complicated, but I do think like it's just kind of like random. Some people get like a ton of like harassment basically, and I'm sorry to them. That said, I don't experience it.
okay, so
People on the street are always like, your backpack is open, your shoes are untied.
Oh, shit.
Like they're kind of saying stuff like
it's
that to
that
me.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
When your backpack is open, it's.
I tried to say to Molly once, like, I was like, people always tell me my shoes are untied, and I think it's like sexist. And she was like, it sounds like your shoes are untied.
Right, and you
She
could
was
trip.
like,
I mean, you could trip. from
totally. And like you could get legit hurt.
hurt bad, like Natasha's tooth. Are you familiar with that?
I'm not sure
in
who
Sex
that
and the
is.
City.
No, I don't really know Sex and the City that well. I've only seen episodes here and there. I'm sorry.
No wonder you stuck to Jessa and showed.
I know. I
Shrek there.
didn't know what to say.
But
About
see, that's
those
why
girls.
we do the 8, so that if you only have one, you're still safe.
It's true.
Anyway, so this buxom blonde delivers a letter.
Mm-hmm.
And Perfect Day by Hoku is happening. This is one of the greatest montages of all time. I wanted to say too, like, they play the whole song, which
Me
is
too.
heaven. You know, like
Wow.
they don't abridge it.
No,
as
they
far as
let
I
you hear
know.
everything.
And I wrote down, like, these girls look like they're having so much fun.
I think it's a sweet thing in the movie that like the sorority girls are like legit happy. It's kind of like a message in the film. Like
Yeah.
they're like, pretty people are happy.
Yes.
They're happier than you think.
No, they're not villain. Like, they're the good guys.
Right.
Yeah, and they're happy and they
Right.
deserve happiness.
And they're smart and they're talented. And like they literally like don't have problems.
And they're hilarious as all shit.
Right. Okay, let's talk about that like butch like background girl.
Which one?
Her two best
Her
friends.
two besties, yeah.
And one of them is like,
Butchie. And
I
she's on
just am like-
Euphoria. You know that, right?
who is she?
She's somebody's mom. I think she's
She's
Sydney
butchy
Sweeney's
and she's
mom.
on Euphoria. Really?
Yeah.
I'm so happy for her. I want everyone in that movie to be working forever.
Correct.
She is such a good pair with the blonde girl.
Yeah.
Like they're such an amazing duo.
Amazing. And their outfits.
Their outfits and
Revolutionary.
the comedic performances are like out of control.
Yeah.
And they're very honest with each other. You know, in a way that's like
Yeah.
beautiful to womanhood, don't you
Like
think?
almost to the point of blunt.
Yeah.
Am I right to say that?
Right. Like when they're like, Elle, you have to get out of here. You haven't seen the sun. Sorry, I'm skipping. Let's go back.
I mean, we can skip around, but yeah, I mean, we're basically there. I mean, like, okay,
No,
so
no. Werner comes. No. She goes to get. She buys a dress.
she goes, okay, right, because this is important, because this scene foreshadows
That's correct.
the fact that she is this, like, smart,
Clever
clever
girl.
arguer
Correct.
who is not to be trifled with.
No.
We're
Exactly.
talking, of course, when she goes shopping with the top stitch hem over the loop, low viscosity rayon. Like, that was heaven.
Right. So the salesperson is like trying to rip her off, and then she
Right.
catches her, and she's like, "And I'm not going to be buying it at full price because blah blah blah." And then it was just like, ugh. And she's so unbothered. She just goes back to her friends.
I know, like,
She's like, girls,
she's
this
not
is the best night of my life. Like so back to being happy. And it is like so early on. They're just like, so she's smart as fuck.
She's smart as shit, but she's not gonna like ever rub that. I mean, she's just gonna stand up for herself, but she's
Right.
she's not vindictive. She's
No.
a good person. And I wrote this down and I thought back to Tyler Henry, where I was just like, here's a good person.
Here's another
that
good
I
soul.
Root for. Yeah, another
Totally.
good soul.
She's very I was thinking like she doesn't have a lot of ego. Like
Totally.
she's like not so concerned with being like insulted. She's so insulted throughout the movie, like by so many people, especially when she gets to Harvard.
I know.
And she's just like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like not
when they
like
don't
she
let
has
her
a
in the study
goal
group.
and she's trying to get to the goal and like everyone's like making fun of her and she's just like,
No,
whatever.
she's so cool. Like she's chill. Like in an environment of a friend group where you're like doing the delicate dance of like being. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like social. Like she would get how to hang out. And be
oh my
cool.
God,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
That's correct.
Not that you should have to like be really thinking of that so much around your friends, but like.
Well, like
Whatever,
we
we'll
would
cut
want to
this.
hang out with
Fuck
her,
this.
basically. Wait, I kind of like have to shit.
Oh, go.
I'm so sorry.
No, please.
That's like not okay.
You have to shit. So while she's gone, Legally Blonde is everything, and bubble butt, bubble butt. So you're back from the shitter.
Yeah, and I want to say every time I shit, I'm like, I cannot believe that's real. I can't. It's unbelievable.
I get you. I
like,
see.
what happened?
Right.
What? Like, what?
No, literal.
And then like, I tried to bring this up on my podcast, but Charlie doesn't like to talk about poop.
Oh, I poop is like the only thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. I like, honestly, I feel like often I feel complainy about bathrooms. Like I'm like,
How do you mean? Like, you're like, it's too dirty in here.
yeah, like
Okay.
I'm like, it's gross. I'm like, whatever. But then the other day I was like, holy shit, like, so you poop into something and it whisks it away.
This is one of those
That's lucky. Like, that's what you would come up with as like a magician.
literal. No,
what you
this
would
is one
pray
of
for.
those phenomena that we like don't really consider. It's like we're all putting. Like they did that.
They
put
did
that
that.
in every apartment, every building. Like the poop is all go. But then here's the thing: is it going in the ocean? Where is it going? Where?
I think it's going in the O.
Because then we go and swim in that, and you drink some of that water.
No,
That's
I don't know
everyone's
where it's
shit.
going. Yeah, it's not a good situation. I think it's supposed to go in the ground.
But where would it go? Okay, the ground.
No, but from back in the day, I mean.
That's what I'm thinking, though, is like, I mean, this is a reality. Like, the poop has to go somewhere.
And the water that it goes into in the toilet is just to help it slide away.
Someone just slide away.
I don't know that.
That is Miley. You should really learn that one. Damn, the city is roaring today, which I love. But no, so poop is insane.
Yeah.
Bathroom's crazy.
Bathroom's luckier than anything.
One thing is that all these Legally Blonde girls are shitting.
What do you mean?
I mean, like, everyone shits.
Oh.
Does that make any...
Like, it's not in the movie, but, like, think about it. You mean?
Yeah, I think it's... well, maybe this is a super stupid thought, but it's like... You don't really... You know, people are like, girls don't poop, or, like, you don't
Right.
think... But, like, these girls are...
Even those girls.
Yeah.
Elle,
Al poops.
for example, would be, like, taking a dump.
Because there's going to be a third one, apparently, written by Mindy Kaling. They should have, like, Al just...
A third
poop.
legally?
Yeah.
Because they did a sequel.
They did a sequel that I think I maybe saw once, and it wasn't right.
Yeah, it wasn't right.
You saw it, or no?
I remember seeing it and being like, that hurt me.
Yeah. Because that's not okay.
I mean, maybe I wonder if I would feel differently now, but
I bet we would like it now, low-key.
it's just like the first one is just
It's perfect.
so beyond perfect that
I know.
it's just kind of hard
It
to
is a perfect
imagine.
movie.
Yeah.
Every line of dialogue is freaking hilarious. We need to get into the screenwriters, but let's go more through the script, what's happening first before we get to the background. I mean, like, so she goes out for dinner with Warner. She wears that amazing pink dress with
Yeah.
the tiger stripes.
Right. Tiger stripes.
Or sort of like that.
No,
Cool.
I know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And then he dumps her.
He does. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
So, and they say it at the same time.
I do.
I do, and I think we should break up.
Yeah, because she's expecting he's proposing.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, like,
Wow.
as a kid, I was just like, I really fucking hope that doesn't happen to me.
Oh my God. Because can you imagine? Mm-mm. This is the thing. Al's already likable, but then you really are with her.
You're with her.
Because she has gone through unspeakable tragedy.
Right. And she just, like, really got did dirty by this guy.
Did dirty.
And that was really hurtful to her. Mm-hmm. He wants to be a senator, which is just, like, a huge red flag, in my opinion.
I mean, he's evil incarnate.
He's legit. That's, like, actually one place that, like, I'm like, maybe they went a little too hard. Is like, he just, like, doesn't have any redeeming qualities.
Right. Like, that part later on, I think we saw this part together when it was, like, forget, what's her name? Carmen? The girl.
Vivian?
No, the girl who they're doing, who is on trial.
Oh.
I can't remember her name.
I don't remember her name.
But she's played by Ali Larder.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Great.
forget Ali Larder, think about yourself. And
Right.
it's like, whoa. A little bit harsh.
And then when she shows up at the bunny, in the bunny costume at the party, iconic. And
Oh, this.
and he's like, and she's like, oh my God, how are we going to do all our classes next year and Callahan's internship? And he's like, come on, you're not going to get the internship. And then he's like, you're not smart enough. And in my head, I was like, he wouldn't say those words. But then I was like, maybe he would.
though.
Maybe he would.
It's like that out there for
Yeah.
some
And I think, like, sometimes, like, I don't hang out with that many straight guys.
Same.
Particularly, like, ambitious, like, straight guys.
Right.
You
If
know
it's
what
a
I
straight
mean?
guy, he needs to be like a stoner on his ass.
Totally. Literally. Like, if you're a straight guy, you better not have, like,
You
goals.
better work, bitch. I bet don't
work.
Don't
But
work.
work
Yeah. Work it and be fierce.
And this kind of guy who's just, like, saying that, I don't know, just, like, wanting so much for himself.
Yeah.
And, like, legit doesn't think that other people are as good as him for some reason. Some unknowable reason.
It's
like, thinks that
insane.
he's better than people.
It's
And-
so scary. But it is necessary that his character be that way, I feel. Like, you know.
I'm saying that at first I'm like, that's unrealistic. And then I'm like, wait, I think that's real.
Yeah.
I think that's, like, a real thing.
Reality is stranger than fiction.
Fiction. Excuse me.
All blessed. One thing about that scene is when she walks in the bunny costume and he's
Yeah.
like, you look like a walking felony. And she's like, thank you, you're so sweet.
Why did he say that?
Oh, wait, maybe that isn't in the bunny scene.
No, it is.
Is it?
Why did he say that she looks like a felony? I didn't
Because
understand.
I think that was a thing of like,
She's
you're going
young?
to get like groped because you're looking so hot. That's how I
That's not a
interpreted
felony, groping.
Well, or like,
Oh my God.
that was kind of where my mind. But wait, I have to say with that, because he's like,
Yeah.
you look like a walking felony. And she's like, thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you. And I'm like, oh, that's like what I based my sense of humor around.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, you're sweet. Like, I'm always saying
That is like kind of exactly how you talk. You were kind of L-ish.
If you mean that, like, seriously, that's the nicest thing anyone's
Kind
ever
of do. Like, she keeps it pretty up.
But
you know?
I feel like somewhere along the line I did kind of pick up this like L-ish, like sort of bubbly, almost ditzy blonde quality to my cadence, even if there's other things happening beneath the surface.
Totally. But
You know.
like you speak her language.
Oh my God, you're so sweet.
You're kind of like a Delta Nu.
Oh my God, I wish.
Yeah.
Wait, we didn't really get into your sorority, but it sounds
right.
crunted.
Yeah, it was pretty crunted. It was kind of like people were very into being like anti-sororitastic. So it was kind of like dumb as fuck.
Oh, so
like everyone was like,
this is stupid. I'm cooler than it, but I'm still in it.
yeah, exactly. And it was kind of like, you know, like it wasn't as like, it wasn't very like looking like that. And I kind of wish it did.
This was at Northwestern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you're going to do it, like do it.
If you're going to do it, do it. And at
Like,
Northwestern
we were like,
especially, let's get some pink and the gray.
Legit.
Right? Mm-hmm. Chicago's a gray part of town.
I was just remembering that, like, I did have a time freshman year where I was wearing, I like have to send love out to this girl.
Please do. She needs it.
Like trying to go to like a college party in heels. Like heels. Like I was wearing heels like on campus. Like
no.
Yes.
How tall? 6'?
This doesn't feel true. Like I'm like, this can't be true.
That isn't true.
But
liar.
Hilton, I legit think it happened.
No.
No.
You're jerking with me.
I'm trying to say, like, I literally think it happened.
It's not computing.
I know. But I know that it happened, honestly, because I remember sophomore year only wearing, like, sneakers out.
Oh, because
like,
you
whatever,
flipped
like,
the
like
script.
Air Jordans or whatever. What are those called? The ones that all the girls have?
This is one of those questions I have as well. Like, what shoe is that?
Like the white one.
Mm-hmm. I know what you mean.
It's like Air Force ones or something.
So, it always comes back. It's like Air Jordan, Air Force. Like, which one
right.
is it?
No,
though?
I don't know. But then I remember being like, wow, I feel so much more comfortable wearing sneakers. So I kind of know that the heels were happening because I remember the moment it ended.
I want to say to that, like the Elwoods they're all wearing heels, correct? And so like, do you feel like they are, you get what I'm saying? Like they're wearing heels, you weren't, like quid pro quo, like
What?
I'm trying to like get a read on like, is it cool that they wore heels? Or like, should they have taken off the heels?
No, it's awesome.
Okay.
Look at them.
Right.
They're happy. Like, they're so happy.
Plus, they wore some clog heels too, if you think about it.
In the movie?
I feel like they must have.
Clog heels. Corkboard, you mean?
That's what I mean, yeah. Or wooden.
They were wearing that.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah.
I think that was that time.
Yeah, because then they had like bell bottoms. Okay, so I need to say something that I've been holding in. Anyway, she gets to Harvard. Mm-hmm. Few things.
I love that her parents, by the way, are just like, don't go.
I know.
Like, it's a cool part of the movie that you don't see that kind of parent in movies often. Like,
right. Who are like, just
don't go to law school. Like, just be fun and like happy.
I know. I love that scene, and you only see their legs.
Yes. You do?
I feel. Actually, that might not be true.
It starts with their legs. I think you see their faces.
You might see them.
So awesome. Okay, go on.
Well, okay, there's just so many funny things in this part and the whole movie that I want to highlight, which is like when she decides to go to Harvard and she says to the friends, I'm going to Harvard. And the one friend is like, you mean like on vacay? And it's like, let's all go. And they both go, road trip. Like, that's heaven.
And that's like, by the way, it's like the movie, it's like we all like were trying to shit on girls like that back then. This movie's like, they're fun.
I know.
And they're happy. They have a good outlook on life.
And they're not stupid.
No.
And I push away at that. Like, you can talk in a way that's like, blah, 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 and be really smart.
That's, I think, like the whole thing.
Exactly.
The movie.
Exactly.
Sounds like you got it.
I think I got it. So did you.
What were you saying?
Well, I wrote down all these things I have to say, like, where she's like, they're trying to make a switch from Charmin to generic. All opposed, please say I. Like,
oh my God, the admissions scene.
Scene.
Is it that they're trying to fuck her and that's why she gets in?
Good question. I wonder this too. Like, is the whole thing of that scene like, damn, look at her?
I think it is. Like, I think
that's one read. But I do kind of think it's like, I think they're flabbergasted by her looks, and so they're kind of dumbstruck. But I think underneath that, like, she does have all the qualifications.
She does. She has the LSAT score. Like, that even puts her in the running.
I was so happy when she got that.
Yes. 175.
175, and then they all cheer. I love that.
But
it's so happy.
I can't remember. Oh, I feel like they are, like, I didn't maybe, like, get this as much as a kid, but, like, the guy is, like, obviously, like, we can't take her, and the other two guys on the board are like, but
Yeah.
like, they're they're like kind
that.
of, because they want to
do it.
so it's an interesting part of the movie too.
Yeah.
Like, it's like she's so, like, it's so, like, girls can do anything too, but it's like also like
sex exists. I mean, apparently in the early draft of the movie that I was mentioning before, it was like way more like American Pie raunch, less about like empowerment and more about like sex and taboo.
I'm interested.
I'm curious to read it.
Excuse me. I'm interested in like the Legally Blonde that's like sex and taboo.
I know. Maybe we could.
There's a lot of the movie where she's like, "Oh, I have huge tits, like, because of my huge boobs."
And
I'm
does
like,
she?
What are you talking about?
I literally like can't tell what size a girl's boobs are, even if they're like there's nothing covering them. Like,
Really?
yeah. Like, does she have big boobs or not? I would believe
I
either
feel
way.
like I guess she does, but when she was saying the lines, I kind of like was like, then went looking. Like, I hadn't noticed them.
Okay, and then you found them.
Then I found them, and I was like, this is kind of random. This is like being written into this so much. And then I was kind of maybe remembering that like it was a different time, boobs wise.
Boobs were.
Things were.
My lord. Okay, I've been sitting on this forever.
I need to eat this.
Yeah. So you remember I was like, that guy's name?
Oh, yeah.
So she gets to Harvard, and she's wearing a fabulous crunted outfit. And
I think I noticed it. The character name?
Oh, yeah.
Go on.
Do you feel it's as gaggy?
Yeah. Literally, I had, because you had said to me, like, wait until I tell you this guy's name. And then when I went and watched it alone, that I heard the name and like actually guffawed.
So good. That whole scene, they're like sitting in the like orientation group, which apparently the writers, who we'll get to, but they like researched, they went to Stanford and like sat in on orientation groups. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So the one guy, there's the lesbian, there's like this other guy, and then there's this other guy. His name...
He's like the nervous guy.
Let's say it together.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Mike.
David. The first name's David. Okay, you got it. 1, 2, 3.
David Kidney. It was one of those moments hearing that where I was like, that is amazing writing. Like, it's not, because it's just like, it's not a joke. Like, it's not. And it's like, real life is stranger than fiction.
Literal.
Like, because in real life, it is like that. Like, people are named the equivalent of David Kidney. Like, life is that random and weird and meaningless.
Like, for real. Like, life is stupid as shit.
David Kidney.
That was perfect.
That was like a honk if you're horny moment. That type of honk.
It sounded like that kind of honk. David Kidney.
Not like a metaphorical name. Do you know what I mean? Like, not like Elle Woods is like a hot girl name.
Right, or like Dolores Umbridge in Harry Potter. Like,
right.
Umbridge stems from the Latin umbra, meaning shade or darkness. And so it...
Oh, boy.
I just that's a fact that floats close to the surface for me, so I just grabbed it when I could.
It seems like it's right up there at the very top.
It fits this scenario.
No, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, okay.
But David Kidney's not like the name of a nervous guy.
Right.
But
it's just David
like
Kidney.
Perfect.
Although in that one it does become a nature versus nurture conundrum because it's like, would he have been so nervous if his name weren't David Kidney?
Oh, I see.
I think he would have.
Yeah, me
But there is a little bit of both.
There's both.
So she says her and Bruiser, that's her dog, are both Gemini vegetarians. She's everything. Oh, and then this is in the orientation group. She's like, she like lists, they all list their accomplishments. And she's like, I'm in Delta Nu, valedictorian or whatever. And then at the end, she can tell they're not impressed. And she's like, oh. And the other day, I ran into Cameron Diaz at Fred Siegel, and I talked her out of buying the most disgusting orange sweater. Whoever said orange is the new pink, was seriously disturbed.
Okay.
I butchered that, but
no, that first of all, that was amazing.
Sweet.
It's literally like this movie has so many iconic lines.
Yeah.
Right? We saw my little sister last night.
Yeah.
And she was saying that she quotes it every day.
Yeah.
Like a different line every day.
I know.
And it's true. And by the way, Orange is the New Black, the TV series.
Yeah.
Don't you think it came from this line?
Oh my God. Yeah, basically. I didn't ever put that
Maybe
together.
it didn't.
No, but it kind of,
think it
if you take
did.
it in the sense of like this movie, maybe like sort of
Became
put
like,
a stamp on the phrase of like, this is the new this, almost. I don't know. Did that exist before?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Right.
But I kind of think like she wrote that. Elle.
Elle wrote
When
that.
she said, I don't know, like afterwards I was saying that. Whoever thinks orange is the new black, excuse me.
Whoever.
Pink is seriously disturbed. And seriously disturbed.
Exactly. Like another thing where like we talk that way.
That's right.
Because of this.
Maybe because of this.
One quick thing. Did you ever get Legally Blonde, the title, as a riff on Legally Blind?
I realized last year.
I realized that like a week ago.
No, it's weird.
I didn't notice that.
I realized it when I was working on... I wrote a script with a friend and we were trying to
cool.
name it. Oh yeah, whatever.
That's awesome.
No biggie. And we were thinking about other movie titles and we were like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
and it's interesting because the movie is not about blindness, but it's just a legal.
It's a legal thing.
It's a legal
When
thing.
that hits you,
It's odd. It's odd.
I mean, I like it. I have no qualm.
Uh-huh.
I think it's clever.
To
but
me, it's just
I
like
just didn't
tingles.
notice it.
Yeah. That's like the best kind of thing, I think, is like you have no idea why it sticks in your head. What? No.
I thought it was like... Yeah, what did I don't know. I don't know what I thought it was. Here's what I have to say now.
Mm-hmm.
This is a movie about a girl who goes to law school in order to get back her boyfriend. Like
Right.
she has no interest in law when she
No.
begins, right?
No.
Like she's not subliminally like, actually I want to be a lawyer.
Right,
That's
right.
not it.
Yeah.
And so you can relate to her because she's like this mentally ill person, really, to
Totally.
like do something so extreme to
Yeah.
get back a boyfriend.
Totally. Being like completely delusional. And I think it is accurate that like in real life, sometimes in the name of like a crush or like unrequited love, like something that's you should just like move on. Like a lot of times it motivates you to do really stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Like, but once in a while, you are genuinely motivated to, for the wrong reasons, do something that happens to also be really good for you.
Right. Oh my God.
You know?
Right.
Like sometimes it's like, oh, I want to like have this type of success to show this person.
Right. Like you
Or-
like you're like I get what you mean. Do you have an example of it happening to you? Have you ever done that? I'm trying to think if I have.
Yeah, let me think.
I mean, I think like
Obviously, like, no.
what would be one?
I feel like a classic one is like when you're like, if I'm gonna I need to move on from this breakup in order to get back together with that person.
Oh, sure.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
and then you're like, okay, so I'll just move on, and then we'll get back together. So you're thinking
That I totally...
it's for the wrong
doing.
reasons, but
Yeah.
you're doing the right thing. And then by the time you get there, you don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like delusion can
I
be
know
actually
exactly what you
helpful
mean.
to just get you moving in some direction.
Delusion, I think, is necessary in this life. I can't think of a thing where I bettered myself, except for that, maybe, like trying to get over a breakup. Although I didn't,
No,
you know.
all good.
So, can I direct us to the arrival of
Who? Paulette.
Jennifer Coolidge?
Yes.
Like the character intros in this movie, everyone's like first line, like Reese's first line was like, "I love that restaurant" or something. I know it was that, and then Warner's was like something scary, and then Paulette's. Do you remember her first line? I have it written down.
What is it?
So Reese goes to the manicurist because everyone's being a dick to her. Which I got a pedicure with my mom yesterday, and it was hell.
Your mom's here?
Or 2 days ago. Yeah, she's here for a work trip.
Oh my God, fun.
Yeah, it was really...
Why was it hell?
I hate pedicures. I just wanted to bring that
Really?
up on this podcast. Like, I was sitting there, I was like, you're putting plastic wrap around my leg? And you're like tickling me and hurting me? Like, this is really unpleasant.
You didn't like the physical sensation?
I didn't like that.
Did you... You didn't
I
get
didn't
a color?
get color because we had to put our socks back on right away to run and get haircuts, which also went badly for me.
It's actually like a really tough afternoon.
And my mom burnt her foot at her pedicure, like on the hot water.
So
then we spent the next like half
she
hour.
didn't burn her foot. Or
The girl burnt her foot.
that sucks.
Yeah. And it was like tense after that because my mom was like, "You burnt my foot." And the girl was like, whatever. Like,
It's like really odd.
yeah, it was weird as shit. It was so weird. And then they cut all my hair off. Anyway, Jennifer Coolidge,
Yeah.
her first lines are, Reese sits down, she's like, "Are you free? It's an emergency." And Jen is like, "Bad day."
Oh.
And then Reese says something and Jen is like, "Spill."
Oh. You know, it's a way more... I think I remember the character as sillier or
Yeah.
something.
It's
Like,
a serious performance.
and it's very... She plays a real downtrodden, gloomy person.
Yeah.
Which is like, I feel like our image of it from the movie in popular culture is her just like,
Doing
I
her.
want a hot dog. Like funny stuff. But like,
Is that in this?
no, what is that from? Makes me want a hot dog
forgot.
real bad.
Wait. I should know. Maybe it's Legally Blonde too, honestly.
Yeah.
But then she's like talking about Vivian and she's like, "So what's this Vivian got that you don't have?"
Yeah.
3 tits. Like she does have that kookiness. But she is gloomy.
The delivery is
It's the
quiet.
delivery. It's
and
quiet.
low or
Yeah.
something.
But
3
there's-
tits.
I really think she should have had like a supporting actress nomination
For
for this.
sure.
Because she gets emotion like later on. Not to adhere too close to the chronology. Like I want to free us of that, but it is a good way to hit a lot of these points. But when they go get her dog,
Yeah.
and at the end she says something like,
Isn't the dog's name like Bruce or something?
"Yeah, what's his name?"
It's too close to Rufus, maybe. Whatever.
What is his name? But anyway, she says, "Oh, here." So they're talking about like him itching his. She's like, "I'm taking the dog, dumbass, obviously," which is heaven.
Right.
But then there's this line here where she goes, they're talking about itching.
Yeah,
He's like
why?
scratching his head, and she's like, "Which must be a nice vacation for his balls." And then they kind of laugh together, and then she looks at Reese and she's like, "Thank you." And it's like real.
Beautiful. She's an amazing actor. Oscars don't go to like comedies, right? Like, did anyone get nominated from this?
Melissa McCarthy did for Bridesmaids. Oh, no, for this, no. There were no Oscar noms.
Sadness.
There were 2 Golden Globe noms
True.
for comedy movie and
I mean,
for Reese
what else
Witherspoon.
would get it if not this?
It didn't win though, I'm pretty sure.
What one?
Actually, let me look that up. Hold please.
KK.
Legally Blonde. Okay, Golden Globe Best Comedy 2002. Comedy movie. Oh my god. I haven't seen this movie all the way through.
What is it?
Moulin Rouge.
Oh, I didn't like that. I saw it as a kid, and I was like, I was a really basic kid, and I was like,
So was I.
That's why I'm kind of Shoshana-y. You were?
I was, yeah. Like, I wasn't curious about cool things.
I didn't like weird stuff.
I didn't, like, look into, like, albums or things. I was like, here's, like, Kesha, like, I'm good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I said, here's Kesha, and you said, thanks. I'll take it. I, like, didn't like I didn't like Lady Gaga.
Oh, well, that, we're different. Like, she's my number one.
No. And she always was?
Yeah.
No, see, that, I don't consider you basic. Even though she was megally popular.
I guess I wasn't basic,
Or
but I like didn't like know like the Strokes or whatever.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I was just like, whatever. I was just scared of stuff that was weird. And what were we talking about before this?
Moulin Rouge.
Oh, it was too weird for me.
Yeah.
I was
And
like,
her squeals were annoying. Like Nicole Kidman makes these squeals that made me have to turn it off.
that's annoying as fuck. I don't like that she did that.
Oh, and then Jennifer Coolidge goes, steal the bastard back. Like, she's everything.
She is a huge like plot driving point.
Yeah.
Like,
But it's also a contained, like, B plot, too, which is cool.
right.
Yeah, like, because Elle has all these things of, like, helping other people around her.
Right. Like the Jennifer Coolidge scenes, it's like you meet her, bend and snap,
Yeah.
or getting the dog, and then bend and snap.
Bend and snap, bend and
So
snap, bend and
each
snap.
scene is so iconic. Bend and snap,
Yeah.
like I was really trying to get in the headspace, like try and think about hearing bend and snap for the first time. Like it's so everywhere and true and like in your bones, but like there, like what did we think when we
Where
first
were we?
heard that? And what are they talking about? Like in
Wait,
what
what do you mean?
world? Like I was really watching it this time, trying to be like,
Like,
could
what?
a bend and snap be executed?
In reality?
In reality, it's like a nonsense series of gestures.
Like, you couldn't
I don't think
do
a person would ever get away with snapping up like that.
Right. That part. Also, like, not all of us can just touch our toes like that, like, and keep our legs straight. Do you agree?
That's what you're trying to show, I think, to your suitor.
And if you can't?
You gotta stretch.
Okay, with the bend and snap scene, few things. Like, there's that one girl who just starts, like,
Breaking it down.
breaking it down. She's-
Everybody joins in really, really fast.
I'm like, sorry, girl, that isn't bending and snapping. That's just dancing.
She's like, let's dance, quite frankly.
And she's throwing herself around. Then at the end, I mean, you know what I'm gonna do. The gay guy who's like, oh my god, the bend and snap works every time. It's like, there's something perverted about that. Like, he's talking about like felching or whatever. Like,
What is that?
I don't know what felching is, but it's like maybe it's like something with anus and like, what I'm trying to say is when he says that, you know, he's like a sex pig pervert.
I was like, this is legit, like kind of like straight up homophobic. Like they literally are like, not only is it going to be funny that a gay guy's at a salon,
Right.
but
Which
like
it
he's
is.
going to think he's going to be a part of this. And like, I don't mean to be a killjoy, but I was like, oh my God. He's
Except-
kind of amazing too, I guess. But I was like, what the hell?
Well, it will be coming back up when we get to the court scene with like the pool boy. And,
oh, right.
because that's interesting. But okay, let's just say the writers' names so they're out there: Karen McCullough Lutz and Kirsten Smith.
Shout out.
Because I think they are haggy, so I think they can make jokes about gays because they're probably surrounded by gays and might even be lesbians themselves. Don't know, but they have written
a
like
nice idea.
the greatest movies ever.
Read it.
Why don't I have it right here? But I know they wrote Ella Enchanted. Oh, here. 10 Things I Hate About You, The House Bunny, She's the Man. I mean...
These are, like, many of the most flawless movies of our time.
I'm a huge Ella Enchanted.
Really? I was very surprised to hear you list that first.
Yeah,
like,
that one.
I was like, girl, you're kind of missing the...
I know, that one
The big headline here, which would be like 10 Things I Hate About You or She's the Man.
Rewatch 10 Things, low-key.
It's really good.
I haven't seen it in forever.
Have you seen House Bunny?
Yeah, love.
Awesome.
I'm an Anna Parisian. Like, she is the one. But Ella Enchanted is really fucking funny.
Okay, cool.
Like when... Yeah, it won't make sense, but there's like this baby hanging on a door.
Can we like side talk about the idea of you last night?
Yeah. Heaven.
Pretty good.
Horny, hot.
I really bought it, bought the chemistry, loved it. But I also want to say that in comparison to Legally Blonde, like Legally Blonde, just like every single plot turn, you buy it.
Yeah. And it's funny and smart and it all comes together
Right.
and it is like a perfect story.
It's kind of just like then watching The Idea of You, which is like a really good kind of like straight up rom-com. Like it's really cool that Legally Blonde has like a murder mystery
Yeah.
going as well.
Like a legit one. And it's all women at the center too, which is just like correct. What it is, Legally Blonde is so funny. And The Idea of You isn't funny at all.
You're right.
It was never funny.
Yeah.
Like it's a romance.
And it's not supposed to be, yeah.
And it was hot and I loved it. But it was not funny.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Everything can be its own.
It was fun to watch that last night, though.
It was really
almost
hitting.
works well when using that as a foil, sort of, to talk about Legally Blonde. You know what I'm saying? Because these two writers, anyway, just to give some backstory before we get back into like the plot in the movie, they met through one was reading the other's okay. Hold on, I need a glass of water. Basically, this woman named Amanda Brown in 2001, who had gone to Stanford Law and was like but like a sorority girl. Based on her experiences, wrote a book.
Oh.
A manuscript that I don't know if it was published or not. But anyway, she submitted it around like to book places and no one read it. And then she printed it on pink paper and immediately it got read. Again, this is all Wikipedia, but immediately got picked up and like there was a bidding war to adapt it into a movie.
Stop it.
Not kidding. And I guess, and so then, to circle back for a second, Karen and Kirsten, these writers, one like read another's manuscript and was really interested, and then they met up for cocktails, margaritas, Wikipedia said, and they decided to try writing things together.
Wow.
And then they got involved with this when the manuscript and the pink paper came.
Wow.
And this producer kind of brought them on and also brought on this director, Robert Luketic is his name. And I just thought this was also interesting. So
Yeah.
I just have to tell you, he was an Australian director who had made a short film. He was a gay guy. He had made one short. That's all he had done. And it was called Tiziana Buberini.
No.
I'm not kidding.
That's something that you made up.
No.
I think.
No, not at all. And I watched the short.
Tiziana Buberini?
Tiziana Buberini.
What's it about?
It's actually, this is kind of weird, but maybe I'm sounding PC, but it's about this girl in a grocery store who has a mustache. And like everyone thinks she's weird, and it's a musical, and she has like an amazing voice, and it's really cute. And then at the end, she like dyes her mustache blonde so you can't see it, and like everyone kind of loves her.
Oh my God.
Which is, I
pretty
loved the
interesting.
short, except that is kind of weird that the message is like, get rid of your mustache.
Right. Interesting.
Or maybe, I don't know.
It sounds like really, really odd.
like sort of trans, maybe that's like reading into it too much, transphobic. I don't know, just like, can't a girl have a mustache?
I don't know what to say. I don't want to prove.
Totally.
But I really want to see it.
It was in super low quality, I will say
Okay.
that. Like, I could only find it on YouTube.
I can't believe that then got him Legally Blonde.
Yeah, so then he got Legally Blonde, and these girls got Legally Blonde, and they wrote it, and the first draft, yeah. So just to catch you up to speed on that,
That's
now you know.
legit fabulous.
Yeah.
I was seeing online that there was one person whose credits were all only Legally Blonde. Like Legally Blonde 1 and 2, and then like Legally Blonde some other thing.
Oh, because
And I
there was
like,
another
huh?
spin-off.
But that must be the one who wrote the book.
Oh, the book.
Yeah, because there were 3 people that I was like, huh?
Oh, that makes sense.
I was like, why did one of them just like only do Legally Blonde over and over and over again, and everyone else was like writing all the best stuff ever?
And yeah, the Winter Ovester line, which is like, you know, remember?
Oh yeah.
That was from the book writer's experience.
For
Like,
real?
Yeah, like she.
So this is the
heard someone
lesbian
say that.
in the study group at Harvard who's saying she wants to petition to change semester to ovester because it's like masculine.
Yeah, semen to ovary.
She's amazing.
She's so funny and good.
Wait, and also at the end or towards the end when she like is making fun of Al, and then Al's like, you know, if you came to a mixer, I would have at least been nice to you. And she was like, oh yeah, is that why you didn't vote for me and called me a dyke behind my back?
Yeah.
And then Al goes, I don't use that word.
And then she goes, I don't use that word. You must have heard it from Vivian.
Right.
And Vivian's like, oh.
She looks caught red-handed.
Which we need to talk Viv. Mm-hmm. Although I did want to say on the lesbian, when you meet her, just the way that in the orientation group on the lawn.
Mm-hmm.
And so David Kidney has just been like, I just won the Nobel Prize.
Yeah.
And then the lesbian goes, just the way she starts speaking, I'm going to butcher it, but she's like, hey guys. Like,
Hey,
like she like, you know.
I kind of do.
Like how she nods her head.
I kind of don't remember, but I can
Right.
imagine. And I like how she goes with a focus on combat. And she hits David Kidney.
Oh, yeah. And
she
David
punches him.
and Kidney flinches.
He's scared.
Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't be?
Yeah.
But he has a cool glow up with Elle being
Right.
like, I can't believe, like, she's so smart.
She's so
today.
sweet, yeah.
I can't believe you gave me the best night of my life.
Totally. Pleasure like I've never felt before.
Although those 2 other girls are fucking
Vicious.
fake.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
This is the scene where Al is walking by David Kidney, hears him ask these 2 girls out. By the way, it's like, definitely pick one.
I've
like,
literally never realized that.
he's like, do you guys want to get dinner? And,
He's a freak
or maybe he's
in
asking
the
one of them.
sheets.
And then she's like, why would I ever go out with you? You're a loser. And I was like, this is crazy. Like,
Right. It's
who
like,
talks like that?
whoa. Easy, Tiger.
There are parts of this movie where it's like, what they're basically trying to say is like, ugly girls are meaner than you could ever imagine.
Yeah.
Like the way that the ugly girls in the movie, and I'm not using that word like
Right.
according to the
Right.
movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the not girly girls are like literally like evil witches that
I mean,
torture
Vivian
Elle.
is a monster.
She's a
at first.
huge bitch.
Almost to the point where it's like, because they end up best friends, spoiler alert, but it's like,
That's
she
not a
was
nice friend.
pretty fucking mean to you.
I know.
Are you just gonna forgive that?
And like the way they become friends is Vivian being like shitting on Warner with Elle. And it's kind of like
Vivian shitting on Warner without you.
like she's like, he doesn't even do his own laundry.
Oh, yeah,
And then
but-
she's like, he got waitlisted. And they're giggling
Okay, but that
hysterically.
scene
No,
is
it's
so
great.
good.
As a kid, I didn't know who Selma Blair was. Like,
Same.
I didn't understand that she was like a person outside of this. And I was
Same.
so Elle-pilled that I was like, I hate this bitch.
I do, and I did.
I thought she was irredeemable. And I was like, she looks horrible. She's mean. And I hate her forever.
I hate her. I mean, like when she, like with the costume party thing, that's monstrous.
so mean. So mean.
So mean.
And him calling her Pooh Bear. He doesn't even change the nickname.
Oh, he calls them both Pooh Bear.
He does.
And then at the end, I mean, we're skipping, but like when she thinks that Elle is like sleeping with
Yeah.
Callahan after
She
she's just been
turns
like,
on
she
Elle
probably
so
wants a
fast.
donut.
Yeah.
Like, you better go check. And then she turns on her. I'm like, you are a fake
She's
bitch.
assuming the worst in Elle.
Yeah.
Nearly constantly.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. So at the costume party, since we're there, one line that needs to be mentioned is because he's like, "You're not smart enough, sweetie," and then she goes,
I know what she says.
"She goes, wait, am I on glue, or did we not get
yeah.
into the same law school?"
Am I on glue?
And then she says, "I'm never gonna be good enough for you, am I?"
Yeah.
And that's when she completely like lets go of him, and the movie. That's the
It
fulcrum
takes
turning
a
point
huge
of the
turning
movie.
point. And let me tell you something. So much so she decides to be a better student that she immediately buys a MacBook.
She goes and gets her computer at last.
She didn't have a computer, and it's time for her to get a Mac.
She doesn't
desktop.
even wait to change out of her costume.
No.
She goes and buys it.
That's what I like about her. She actually isn't caring about what other people think.
No, she doesn't
just
care.
wants to get what she wants.
She wants, but now she's doing it for her. Now she's like, I want to be a lawyer.
Right.
To
And
show
now
the
she does it
world
for her.
and to do it.
Luke Wilson, by the way.
Lukey.
He's so sweet in this.
Oh, yeah.
What else did he? What happened?
He's sexy too.
Totally.
You know, like nasty. Would you ever? Sleep
No, I
with
actually
a
like
man?
don't like him.
No. Oh,
Oh yeah,
you would.
but I actually don't like Luke.
I thought
sexually.
you did. Oh, I was like gonna totally like
Be like, that's my guy.
get with you on that. I was like going into today thinking like, oh, we're gonna like talk about Luke.
I love him in this movie, but I was just thinking like, I think that he's not the right guy for me to have sex with.
Would you rather do Owen Wilson?
Because
you know they're brothers,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'd rather do Owen as well.
Well, yeah. I think that's one of the issues.
It just like, how can you go through life like being the brother who people are choosing second for sex? Like, that's such a hard life.
Right, but you know what? I think it's actually like, if you just get chosen enough.
Then that would be enough.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say she says in that scene?
Oh, I'm never going to be good enough for you, am I?
Oh, yeah.
Such a sweet realization.
Yeah.
Then she's hitting the books like crazy.
And it's that montage where it's like, never gonna stop now, gonna be the right guy.
yeah. And in the montage to show that she's like studying now, she's like trying to reach a book on a high shelf. And like David Kidney helps her.
And she's like she's on her treadmill and she's reading a book and she's watching the news. But before, did you catch this?
No.
Before she switches it to the news, Bruiser is watching like a dog show.
He's watching a bruiser.
He's watching
It's a
Bruiser
type dog.
with other bruisers. Like, some of them are wearing like tutus.
That's a moment I think of high production value. Like, how much did that little joke cost?
know, that
like
was
to
detail.
just show Bruiser watching a Bruiser dog TV show. It was cool. And it was a quiet moment that went fast. It went really fast. I'm glad you pulled that out.
That. And we're getting why this sperm, which your sister mentioned last night.
Yeah.
And I actually wanted to bring up because I like kind of don't get the logic in that scene.
I can explain it to you.
Can you
happily.
explain it?
Yeah. It's
There's
not like super strong.
There's
like,
a sperm
her argument.
donor.
Yeah, basically it seems like the case is there's a sperm donor who started stalking,
The kid?
wanted to have a relationship with the kid and started stalking the family.
Okay.
And Werner was being like, without him, the kid is not possible.
Yeah.
And so he should have like rights to see the kid or
Yeah.
whatever. Or he's like, he has rights. And then the professor's like, but he's stalking them.
Yeah.
And he's like, but without him, there is no kid. So
Okay, right.
whatever. And then Elle's like, well, actually, did this guy, like, he's a repeat donor. Wait.
I know what you... No, he's donated him a bunch of times. And so...
Like, did he try and contact the other people
Right.
too? And then she's like, if he didn't, then why now? Why
Why
this
this
sperm? And then she's like, and did he keep a record of every emission not seeking an egg?
Right.
Because that would be reckless abandonment.
And so jerking off would be... Yeah, so I guess I get all that, but I'm still just like, wait, but... how does that... I don't know.
So she's saying, like, I know it's not a great argument, I think.
It's like
but she's
decent, but I always exit that scene a little bit like, I still don't quite
I think she's
get it.
like real, like, I feel like she's saying, like, if, like, that he's stalking them not for, like, a good reason about being the kid's father, because he would have done that with all the kids then, if it was because he wanted, like, parental rights.
Yeah.
You're pissed.
No, I just got completely sidetracked.
No, and who cares? Obviously, like,
No,
fuck that.
I care.
But why
Well,
now?
I
Why
care.
this sperm is such a good
Why not? Why the sperm?
way to like express that feeling.
I know.
Like when a friend is upset about something and you don't get it,
Why
it's like, why this sperm?
I know. Do you say that? I say that. I have friends who like we say that to each other.
Why now?
Why
Why this
now?
sperm?
Why this sperm?
Totally.
You know, and Mal says it to her friends
Yeah,
too. Like that's
she
one
does.
that made it out into the culture.
It sure did.
I want to get to Allie Larder. Oh, we didn't really get into Vivian, but we'll get back
Yeah,
to her.
whatever.
You know, Mrs. Lard.
She's so good in this. She cries.
I thought she had an Oscar for some reason.
What else is she in? I actually don't know.
She's in that Beyonce movie. There's a girl who
right.
looks like her who has an Oscar,
Okay.
but it's not her, apparently.
I feel like a lot of the girls with Oscars look like her.
Yeah.
She is so good in this. And she cries when she's telling Elle about how she got liposuction. That's her alibi.
Line reading.
She's really convincing.
She's really good.
Believe that she's upset about that.
And she can make her face twist into this like demonic like rage. She has like such depth to her.
Yeah, and she has like a dark expression in her heart.
Yeah. And her eyeshadow and just the way that her eyes kind of, and her teeth are almost like fangs. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a little monster.
Yeah, she's a little monster.
You know, the scene with the ex-wife where she's like wrapped in gold with the cucumbers under her eyes. They go get her. First of all, I'm like, what are the treatments? Like, we need.
Oh, right. Like, let's
Like, she's
do those.
wrapped in a gold blanket.
Is that to contain heat?
And she's like, excuse me. She's like leaned back like a mummy. You know what I mean? Like, she's
Yeah.
not in a bed. She's kind of like,
And she's cucumber.
yeah. And
Does she have anything else?
she has like white stuff on her face.
Okay, right. I
Like a
need
face
that.
mask. Yeah,
I
for
have a
sure.
fucking pimple that won't go away.
Where?
That's really sweet of you. Like, obviously, there's a giant red crater on my face.
I found it.
Yeah. It's been there for months.
I love it.
Thanks. So she's everything.
Yeah. Yes, that's actually what I wanted to say is what are the treatments? But I said it like I had something
But then
else.
she says something. She's like, have you looked at the pool boy? And then she bites her tongue like this. Have you seen the pool boy?
The pool boy? Okay, so the idea that Allie Larson, is that her name?
It is Larder.
Larder.
It's Larder.
Allie Larder.
Allie Larder.
That her character, like when they're like they show the pool boy uniform and
Yes,
it's like a
the-
sparkly thong and she's like, or speedo or thong,
Thong.
and then she's like, I would never sleep with a guy in a thong, like I just like to watch him clean the filter. Like, right. So she is like a perv, like she's like she's like,
That's like the best line of the movie. I just feel like watching him clean the filter.
so she's kind of like she's this like fag hag who's like, I love like,
I like,
or it is sexual
I
to
finger
her.
myself looking, but okay, she would definitely sleep with a guy who wears a thong. Like, come on.
I know. Well, that's why I'm like, if you like watching him clean the filter, like it does turn you on.
Right, like you want to peel that string to the side and eat his ass.
So then why are you saying Delta Nu would never sleep with a guy in a thong?
I know. And speaking of him, like, why? Okay, so he's like, don't you tap those last season Prada shoes at me, sweetheart. Why is he lying? Like, why is he saying...
Great question.
I don't get...
Great question.
They don't explain why he's lying.
He must be in cahoots with Chutney.
So she was going to pay him?
I don't know, but you're right. They don't explain that.
Well, chat some more. Chat it up. She's everything.
She's amazing. She is amazing. And, you know, it's really tricky plot-wise, honestly, that in that tiny scene she has with Elle with the shower, it's so short.
It's short, isn't it?
She would get to the emotional place to just admit in the stand that she murdered
And yet you
them.
totally believe it.
Yeah, like she acts it so well that you're like, okay, she got there. This
Yeah.
person would.
It went from there to there. And
Right there.
of course it did.
And I want to say about that scene, and I know this is a big skip,
Well, let's just get into that scene.
like, it is a little weird that Elle marches into the courtroom. They make this whole plan. I'm going to represent you. She's telling the truth, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They march into the court. They're like, Luke Wilson's like, I'm going to be her, like, watcher or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, proceed. And she's like,
Yeah, she completely
and
loses
she's just
it.
like kind of making up what to say. Like, I really do. My understanding is that like lawyers and like prosecutors, like who are going to be like they like totally know all the arguments they're going to
do.
make. And it's
Yeah.
a little random that she had to
She's completely blind. She has
like,
no plan.
I feel like they should have given her something to think her argument was going to be before she realized the amazing perm thing.
Oh, sure. Instead of just having nothing.
She's just
at all.
stalling.
Yeah,
Like she's
she,
literally
literally
so...
prepared nothing. Wait, but I had something really important to say about this.
And he has nothing, by the way. When Callahan starts, he's like,
Does he not have anything?
there's one time where he has nothing. Maybe when he's cross-examining the pool boy before Luke Wilson is like, let me try. He's like, so, like, you...
Oh, no. Okay, here. Here's something that will help us get back on track.
Cool.
So Luke Wilson... So Elle figures out the pool boy's gay.
Right.
And Callahan's like, no, he isn't. Like, he's straight.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, like, everyone would know he was gay. Sorry. But, like, he's super gay seeming.
Well, in the musical, by the way, which I've, like, haven't mentioned this whole time, which has been, like, pretty
I've
cool of
never
me.
seen-
It's
No, you should
so
talk about
good. Just as an aside, it is, like, an amazing musical that
my
like
God.
retains all the like cleverness of the movie
You're
and just
joking.
adds really good songs.
Does it
legitimately.
keep a lot of the dialogue?
A lot. Wow. It's kept. And in that, they have a song called Gay or European for that part.
Love.
Where they're like, the reason we can't tell if he's
Oh, so that
gay
explains
is
it.
because he's European, which like, is he also?
He seems to be Spanish.
Speaking?
It's hard to say.
Anyways, maybe they change it in the musical, but so that's like maybe why they're not realizing he's gay in the movie as well.
I just think something that's so big is when he's like, Chuck, I misheard you. Chuck is just a friend. And then Chuck stands up, you bitch!
It's a great movie for like gay guys having a last line in a scene.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
'cause
gay guys just like coming in and saying one thing.
Which is how it should be. I don't think gay guys should be given more than that. Like,
You bitch.
you bitch! Wait, I just realized that's the exact same line that Samantha, this will mean nothing to you, but Samantha says in Sex and the City to this girl who steals Charlotte's baby name. She goes, you bitch.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a powerful line.
I'm like getting really hung up on making sure I cover all of... Oh, here's what I was going to say. Regarding the law and regarding being a lawyer. Mm-hmm. Did you ever realize this? Like, every time a case happens, someone wins and someone loses. So, like, 50% of every lawyer every time there's law, someone is losing. So it's like, that's a hard job.
Yeah, totally.
Like, a lot of the time people are losing, which can't be good for your next job.
There's a winner and a loser.
Right? Or am I tripping? Am I on
No,
glue?
I feel like you're right. Am I on glue?
Like, literally. This shower, okay. Chutney, mango chut. The shower, that to me is the single greatest piece of scene writing maybe ever.
It's perfect. It's everything.
And
It's
not
like-
only we have curly hair, like we're kind of in it in this way because it's about her perm.
Right. Though, like, I don't know anyone who's ever gotten a perm.
My mom said she got one as a kid.
How was it?
I think it looked bad. I mean, she has like the straightest hair.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so funny. People with straight hair, like, want curly hair. The children are playing.
There's kids out there.
Hi.
It's one of those New York days.
Deaf.
Like, we heard kids, planes, sirens.
Right, right. City's alive.
City alive.
Yeah, it's very cool. And it's like her cleverness, like, that was there at the very beginning with the dress. Like, and she knows her shit.
She knows it. And then she's like, the ammonium flyglocholate.
Yes.
Flyglocholate. And it's like, oh, that turn when she goes from like, so you're in the shower. And everyone's like, I believe we can understand. She's in the shower.
Right,
She's
right.
like, I promise I have a point. Then make it. And she's like, wouldn't you, if you
Right.
were in the shower after the perm, have to use the ammonium glycolate and know that from your like,
It's pretty intense how many times in this movie witnesses are just like straight up admitting something on the
yeah,
stand.
because Chuck goes out.
He's right away. And then Chut
Chut is
and
like,
Chuck.
it wasn't you.
Yeah.
It was you.
That it was you coming through the door. She hates Allie.
And I guess, yeah, I mean, I get it. That's the thing. Like, of course. like,
Totally.
she's my age. They're the same age.
Yeah, that didn't look like that to me.
No, Allie looked older than Chad.
Also, that part where Allie is like, where Callahan's like, he's 30 years older than you. Like, that doesn't look good to a jury. And she's like, well, show him a picture of his dick.
Right.
They're like, whoa, like, he had a huge dick. Or like a great one or something. Like,
Definitely, it was big. Probably quite, might have had a curve. Might have been uncut.
just like a very like defined, like,
It might have had a nice vein.
she's like, show him his dick. Callahan's like,
It's like, I think we're done here. She, in that final scene, you know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't even have to say it, but the gold
her outfit.
and hair.
She is looking amazing.
She looked kind of like Gaga.
But isn't she in jail?
Yeah, that is one thing.
I feel like they're usually wearing like,
They're scrubs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, can you do that?
don't know. But, you know, she's very rich in the movie. Maybe she's playing by different rules, basically.
She's stunning. That woman.
gorgeous.
There's someone that looks like her that won an Oscar. Which, speaking of, so Reese, no one was nominated for Oscars.
Good. Sorry.
What did you mean?
I meant like great.
Like
Like
information received.
perfect.
Okay.
Like, got it.
She wasn't nominated, but are you curious to know like who was instead? And it's
Sure.
like not fair.
I bet it's nothing like good.
No, it's Nicole Kidman.
Why was Moulin Rouge like everyone's like was like so happy about it? It's
I know.
like, get
I
over
haven't
it.
gotten through it yet.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to get through it. It was her for that. Sissy Spacek for In the Bedroom I've never seen. Halle Berry for Monsters Ball. I also don't know if I've ever seen, but she
won, right?
She won. She's the only Black woman to ever win
Still.
Best Actress. Yeah.
Whoa.
And Renee Zellweger for Bridget Jones's Diary and Judi Dench for
Wait,
Iris.
Renee got for Bridget Jones's?
Isn't that crazy?
then I'm like, that's not fair.
I know, like, it should have... I've only seen Bridget Jones once, but, like, Legally Blonde is better.
Totally. I've only seen it once, too. But
like, that's not
why
fair.
do you think you've
and
only seen it
Renee
once?
has 2 Oscars. Like, you
Yeah.
couldn't have given that nom to Reese.
I thought Bridget Jones's was older because I didn't really, like, catch that wave.
I didn't either. It was 2002, 2001. It's just, she should have been in there, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. She's so good in it.
Yeah, she's good.
Is that the Kernal? We finished?
I think we kind of got through. The UPS guy is hot. Mm-hmm. It tackles real issues like harassment. I'm just seeing what things...
It's a total, like, dream fantasy, I feel like, play out. Like a very, like, cathartic revenge fantasy for harassment. Like, he puts his arm on her leg. He's explicitly saying, like, how far will you go? And then she has the wherewithal in the moment to be like, are you hitting on me? Stop.
Yeah.
Which is so not, like, I feel like what's often, like, possible.
Right.
Like, I feel like a real version is, like...
Wait, what?
Like, I feel like people are usually not able in the moment when they're being harassed to be like, are you hitting on me?
Right.
Stop it.
Like, you're
it's
kind
usually
of like
quiet and awkward and like, yeah. And, like, you say something random to, like, leave. You know what I mean? Like, that, it just feels like, but it's like I feel like it's nice to see that.
It's nice to see that.
And then it's like, boom, he gets fired and she wins. And it's like, and everyone that finds out about it, like, believes her.
I know, like, it's heaven. But also, okay, when she gets in the elevator and the doors close and you see her reflected.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's not really the same point that you're making, but I just wanted to bring that up.
Well, you did what you came here to do.
Yep. What, is there anything else we need to say before we do the 8 again and call it a fucking day? The UPS, you didn't say anything when I said the UPS guy's hot. I'm opening the window, like,
Yeah, it's
you can
hot.
hear the shit.
Totally. I honestly didn't really notice him, to be honest, but maybe that speaks to, like, different types of attraction.
You mean because you're lesbian?
Yes.
But you know... Oh, you can really hear it out
it's
there.
pretty loud.
I guess I'll close that thing back up. But... What I would say... This is going to sound lesbiophobic.
KK.
And it probably is, but I just thought, like... As far as guys go, like the UPS guy...
He's kind of like butch.
Yeah.
Totally. And listen, I couldn't, like, parse it down, but I'm saying, like, I didn't notice him.
Okay.
Like,
Fair enough.
in particular.
Fair.
But I remember as a kid being like, being like, oh, he wouldn't go for her, having, like, a really nasty thought like that, which I think was, like, very rude.
That's really wrong. And that's what this movie, though, hopes to
dispel.
Yeah, sorry. I'm, like, distracting myself because I'm like, wait, what were the adapted screenplay nominees? Because that also should have been nominated.
Oh, right.
And you have Shrek, which is heaven.
Adapted from what?
I don't know. We have Lord of the Rings, which heaven. A Beautiful Mind, don't remember it. In the Bedroom, never saw it. And Ghost World, never saw it.
Wait, Shrek.
Which Shrek 2 is in theaters for the 20th anniversary or something. Like, let's go.
Shrek 2 is in theaters.
Which is better than Shrek 1 even. I swear to God. Like, Shrek 2 is in theaters right now. That one got ya, huh?
Like Shrek 2.
Shrek 2 is in theaters.
You can't say that to me.
I
Like,
did,
you
though.
can't.
I did, though.
Scary.
No, don't be scared.
Okay.
Don't be scared.
I just can't believe that, like, the 2 gets an anniversary screening.
Well, you know that 2 is stronger than 1. Right?
I don't know that, actually. I know that 2 is strong, and I know that 3 is strong.
I don't remember. I can't speak to the strength of 3.
They have kids in 3?
Sure. I think.
Not in 2, right?
In 2, they don't have kids.
It's good when they have kids.
At the end of 2, Donkey and Dragon give birth in like the post. It's a little dragon donkeys.
They give birth.
I'm sorry, but I know this has been said, but like, picture donkey fucking dragon.
Yeah.
Like, that's a little pea fucking a massive building.
Right.
Like a pea to a building.
But I feel like that is what sex is like.
What do you?
Sometimes.
How do you mean?
Like, there's just like all different kinds of ways that bodies match up. Everybody has different length legs and torso and
Yeah.
arms, and everything's a different size.
Right.
And it's just this wonderful puzzle.
Yeah, I think so.
Like,
Yeah.
I guess I'm talking more for like positions,
Okay.
not as much like P and V.
Sex is like really hard. Lately, I've been sitting back and thinking, like, am I really bad at sex?
No way. It's very hard to imagine.
You think?
Yes. You can't be, I think, if you live in the moment.
Oh my
I
god.
think.
Because that is what it's all
I'm
about.
pretty sure. I'm not positive, though.
Because you have sex, like, often enough, because you're in a relationship.
Right.
Well, I'm assuming. But, you know, like, I'm not having that much sex right now.
Right.
And I'm kind of, like, thinking of Donkey and Dragon, and I'm like, I don't know what that's like right now.
Well, because what Donkey and Dragon have, which is very particular, is like chemistry, first of all.
Right.
And
Which Anne and Nicholas did in Idea of You.
which they legit did.
legit
When they
did.
were kissing, I was like, oops, 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 oops.
I know.
I got a little feeling.
I was getting, like, excited. Yeah.
Me too. We were both really excited. It was kind of awkward. We were
I
all
know,
sitting in
it
that
was
room together,
weird.
like,
It was a little weird.
like obviously all of us feeling activated. Like, okay.
Okay.
The thing with sex is it like legit takes 2 to tango, at least 2. So, or I guess like you can do it with 1. But being like good or bad, like it has to be a good fit.
Because I was thinking, sometimes it only takes 1 to tango with sex because it's not masturbating. I mean, like, the other day...
You were thinking it only takes 1 to tango.
I'm kind of thinking that. I mean, the other day, this guy came over and ate my ass. Mm-hmm. And that was it. And I got pleasure. Mm-hmm. And that was it.
So you mean like he was more like making the tango happen? Mm-hmm. But it's...
And he... Well, maybe he wasn't. Maybe he wished I had done something in return, but I didn't.
It's gonna be up to him to advocate. But you know what? Don't you still think it being good or bad is like based on the
Yeah,
vibe?
I do. You're right.
The energy exchange?
You're completely right.
Probably a little both.
Really? And Ella Woods is in the moment. She's picking up on... She's picking up on the textures of the world and the different details.
Yeah. I was also noticing in the movie, like, she is describing that her and Werner had a vivid sex life. Like when she's like, remember when we spent 4 hours in the hot tub?
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah. That's a long time.
So she's kind of like, she was doing stuff to him.
Yeah. Oh, you think that implies she was like
No.
eating it?
Eating his ass.
She better have been.
I just mean like she's kind of a freak.
Yeah.
Which is
cool. 4 hours, like, I'm just gonna say, like, well, it's different for girls because you can come over and over, but like 4 hours, no way
For them too.
for sex. I thought.
No, but it just depends.
Yeah, I know.
Like, it
I know.
could.
I get it. Like, I get you.
To say,
no,
'cause
like
it could.
right.
That said, like, I think like long sex is one version of fun sex, but short sex can be also amazing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I feel like the girls can get a little high and mighty about the length.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. It's always like, can we stay up all night? Fuck me till the daylight.
Right,
I'm
right.
like, seriously, all night? Like, come on. You're going to bed. Like, don't. And don't make it the rest of us feel bad that we're not doing that.
Right.
You get it.
We meet all night. You're like, come on. Stop it.
Hold that thought.
Skrrr. Yeah.
Yeah, but it sounds
So-
like you... Well, I won't pry.
You know.
I will not pry.
Yeah. I'm getting shy.
I'm getting shy.
I don't know
Anything
what
else to say about legal? Like, it should have been screenplay and actress for me.
I feel
and
like
picture.
go rewatch it because every line is funny
Every single line.
and
every look is fantastic. And like, the gay guy is everything. Both of them.
both of them
Talking pool boy and salon.
and Chuck,
Oh yeah, Chuck.
all three of them.
We want to talk about supporting actress.
And your boyfriend's name is
Chuck.
Chuck.
Chuck is just a friend. You bitch!
So sweet. Like Chuck couldn't take one more day.
And that just says so much. Like,
And I could so see the pool boy being like, let's just do this, get our check,
right.
and then leave town. Like, it's
Right.
for us.
Did
It's
he
for our
not?
future.
He didn't communicate with Chuck that he was lying.
I feel like my interpretation, he did tell Chuck, and Chuck didn't feel comfortable about it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And he was like, baby, I'm not gonna be, I'm just saying that we had an affair, but I'm not saying that we're not together. Like, it's not gonna be about you. It's nothing about us.
Right. It's just to get the money.
Right.
From Chuck.
So Chuck could take that, but he wasn't so comfortable with it.
Take that, rewind it
And
back.
then when he's like, Chuck is a friend, Chuck's like, I can't take
I
this.
mean, I get it. Like, sometimes it does reach... Oh my god. Sometimes it does reach a point where you just have to, like, stick up for yourself.
What did you think it was? Okay.
Wait, what is going on? Sometimes this happens.
Like fighting.
Yeah, on this street. Like, it happened in a really crazy way the other day. Anyway, what'd you ask?
What did you think made Chuck stand up?
What do I think made Chuck stand okay. I didn't really think there was much gray area with that. Like, he stood up because he was...
It's like too simple of a question to answer.
Oh my god.
No, but I mean, like, do you think that Chuck knew that he was gonna lie? Or Chuck didn't know that any of this was gonna happen? Do you know what I mean?
Ow. I just got saliva all over my face. I think that Chuck... Okay, I think that Chuck... Why did Chuck stand up? Because he was like, no more. Like, I am a person. Like, I'm not just a friend. I'm your lover. We've been together 16 years. Like, you need to come out of the closet with me.
That's what I thought too.
That was basically what I thought.
That's my answer.
I'm opening the window back up. Like,
It's hot.
it's hot.
And maybe it's time also.
Might be almost time to wrap up.
Okay.
But is there anything else we're missing? No.
Ice cream truck. I don't think so. Like,
Ice
it
cream
was,
trucks.
it's been beautiful to revisit.
Yeah, it was really nice.
And I like the message that, something that my friend Ava and I came up with is this saying
Okay.
called every every wrinkle is God's twinkle. And it's a version of,
What is that?
I don't know, it's like a honkapalooza.
This is so crazy. Whatever.
Basically, you know the phrase, every rejection is God's protection?
Yeah.
So that actually applies to this movie because, like, Werner, like, God was protecting Elle from Werner.
Yeah.
But basically, my friend and I made this up because we were like, sometimes it doesn't feel like God's protection because you still wanted that thing, but sometimes there's really, like, something good that comes out of it separately. You know?
Somewhere along the way, I just got a little bit lost. So every rejection is God's protection.
No, like, literally. I don't know.
Right?
Like, let's just stay with that one.
No,
It
but
is a
your every wrinkle is a twinkle.
Yeah, and it means, like, it's like every time something bad happens, there is a little wrinkle in God's eye of something different, good that's going to happen.
Say twinkle?
What did I say?
You said every wrinkle in God's eye.
Every wrinkle makes a twinkle
In God's eye.
A twinkle in his eye.
Got it.
Where he's deciding then, okay, so because you didn't get this thing, that opens you up for this other good thing.
So it's like silver lining.
Correct. Correct. So this is a major wrinkle twinkle movie. And I love that.
What?
They have to just express themselves. I can't imagine that would bother the listeners.
No, I think they'll like it. I'll cut out some of them and leave
In post.
others. Okay, so Legally Blonde, Heaven, top movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Reese Witherspoon, Twinkle and Wrinkle. And Chalk, of course.
Chut.
There's the ice cream truck. Let's close out.
Yeah.
Like, have you changed who you are in the 8?
I feel like Legally Blonde makes me think about embracing my Samantha more.
Okay. Yeah.
Just in terms of, like, because I feel like Samantha's, like, unabashedly confident
Yeah.
is her thing.
Yeah.
Is being like, people are into me and they should be.
Oh, so you have seen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've seen, like, a bunch of episodes.
Okay.
But I haven't done, like, the full. And that's what Elle has.
It's hard to focus because of the ruckus, but yes, Elle is basically a Samantha. And yeah,
Did you change who you are?
I guess I want to be more of a Samantha now. Yeah. I think I'm.
You're like annoyed at me for asking. It's like your question.
Like, I made us do that.
I was
like,
happy
I don't want
and then
to.
you were like, I guess. Like,
No, I guess I was just trying to. I was really thinking, like, because sometimes in the final 8 quiz, I'm like, you can also do the Big Little Lies girls, and then just like that. So I was like, can you also do the Legally Blonde girls? Like, I
Yeah.
kind of feel like I'm a Paulette right now
Paulette, how so?
because she's like a little bit down in the dumps right now, and
like she has a real transformation.
yeah,
Like, she goes from the dumps to not.
yeah, and she gets like a hot guy and her dog, and like she's heaven. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I feel like Paul.
That's really sweet. I think I feel like maybe Holland Taylor.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get to her.
Yeah. The professor.
Sarah Paulson's wife.
Sarah Paulson's
Are they married?
older girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Because she's kind of just like sitting around and she's like, hi.
Can you say that again? Like that?
Hi. I feel like I've
wasn't
been a Holland Taylor figure to you in this podcast.
Oh my god.
In that
yeah.
I'm kind of just like sitting in the corner, like not really necessary, but one time was there to be like, you're the girl who has it.
Do you mean like not today, you mean like in setting up for the podcast in general? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you are the Holland Taylor of babbling on. Like, you were like, if you're gonna let one stupid guy, you're not the girl I thought you were.
Right. And it's kind of like, how did you get in here? That's the other element that feels true about me. 'Cause it's like,
Where were you?
Like
Where
here.
did you? You're right.
like, I mean, it's not like
Right,
we
'cause
were
in the
like
nail
hanging
salon,
out on
it's like,
purpose.
wait,
she just
you
turns
were
around.
there?
Yeah.
Queen, you were there? Because, like, you weren't saying anything this whole time.
Queen, like, you've been there?
I just want to say, no problem for me with age gaps to go Sarah up Holland. Like, all good.
Oh, yeah.
You agree?
Keep it up. Sure. I think it's fabulous. I saw them at the airport once.
What? Both of them?
Together. And I Googled, I couldn't remember who they were. It was like maybe like 5 years ago.
How did you find them? What'd you Google?
I Googled famous mother-daughter duos. And they legit came up.
So it wasn't Kate Hudson and Goldie Hawn. It was
No,
two
it
lesbians.
was. Maybe then I Googled. I don't think I knew to Google lesbians though.
You hadn't thought of that yet?
I mean, I was one then,
You were then.
but I was just starting.
And that is a tricky time.
Right.
In the lifespan of a lesbian.
Push out. Push out.
Ja, ja.
So, and they were running. They were stressed.
Oh, they were late.
They were late, but they were alone. No security, no helpers. I was like, this is cute.
I love that.
Cuteness.
Love that.
Yerp.
Yeah. Oh my God, Natalie.
Yeah, this was
Wait,
amazing.
Thank you.
Awesome.
This was so fun. Like, this has been a dream of mine.
What a
to do
joy
this
what
with
we
you.
got to do.
I love you. And you, like, thank you for
No.
supporting me and Hollanding out.
No,
on that.
no.
No, but for real.
I didn't mean to take credit by saying that,
No, you didn't.
but I did.
But you also did. Like,
I took credit, I think, for doing something really small. Like, she's not a major motivating factor, actually, of the movie. It's all about Elle really on her journey.
without her, though, I think Al gives up. Because
I
Al's
don't
about to
think
give
she
up,
does,
and Holland
though.
is like, if you're going to let one guy ruin the
I
thing.
know, but was not true in our circumstances.
Well, I just think this. I think small acts of kindness, sorry, like, fuck me, but, like, small acts like this legit are the most meaningful things ever, and, like, are the reason that people... Like, you always hear that story of, like, the guy who was on his way home to kill himself, and then, like, his neighbor was like, hi, and he was like,
Right.
I'm not gonna do it. And it's like, I'm not saying that it's that, but I am saying, like, I don't know if I would have done this if you hadn't, like, encouraged me. And I also...
Well, I was joining a chorus, actually, of people who were begging for the podcast, so...
Well, I guess also
I had
this girl
company.
in 8th grade, like, was really nice to me when I had no one to sit with at lunch, and, like, I think about that all the time. Tess
Really?
Dorlac, yeah, it was, like, huge.
We love you, Tess Dorlac.
We love you, Tess Dorlac.
Thank you.
I love you.
Love you.
my
Thank you for
God.
having me.
Thank you for coming. It's been a real treat.
It's been a treat.
I can hit stop now.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye. Goodbye.
I'm gonna talk about all the things that I wanna talk about. We'll just keep talking. We'll just keep talking. Just keep talking. Talking. For so long. We're babbling on. We're babbling
Babbling On is created, produced, and edited by Hilton Dresden. The theme song is by Benny Cotoletta, featuring Callie Baker, and is produced by Benny Cotoletta and Jack Krause. The artwork is by Hilton Dresden. Audio consultation from Kenzie Woodrow and Dallas Seeker. Special thanks to Alec Cohen, Natalie Rotter-Laitman, Molly Montgomery, Nick Krause, and to everyone who has subscribed to Babbling On the Substack and refused to shut the fuck up.